many times have you been to Russia?
It's my third trip.
Third, okay. Western misconceptions that you hear from when you're back home, out and about, boomers, media, etc., versus the reality that you see there on the ground?
The weirdest thing I hear is there's this idea that it's like a really unsafe place, that there's like a crime problem. I don't know why people think that. Genuinely, I have no idea why, but it's an extremely safe country. I mean, I literally drove 17 hours from Moscow to Donetsk straight. And sure, there's poor parts, there's rich parts, there's suburbs, there's exurbs, there's villages with not a lot of money, but there was never a place where I felt unsafe. There was never a place where you feel like, I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like O Block or, the bad parts of Houston or Waco and some of these places that we all know. And that's not to say that, a big difference I've noticed in a lot of Europe is in general, they don't have like suburbia the same way. Like the cities are nice, the cities are clean, well-to-do people that aren't even necessarily super wealthy are able to live in decent proximity to the center of the city, which isn't really the experience in America. Like I grew up in the suburbs. Everyone I knew going to the private school that I went to grew up in the suburbs. Upper middle class people all left the city and live sort of outside the city for any safety, affordability, any of these sorts of things. And it's very different here. You have all sorts of people living in the city, and then you have all sorts of people living in the massive high-rise apartments outside the city as well. It's just a sort of totally different urban environment. But in general, I mean, the only place where I encountered, people say like Russians don't even have running water. The only place where that was an issue was in Donetsk because the Ukrainians have blocked the Slavyansk Canal that provides all of Donetsk with fresh water. So, for example, only about half the days I was there was I able to like take a shower. So that's real, but the rest of Russia is not like that at all. It's, very, very modern, very developed. And sure, it's much. Every European country is much poorer than the United States. I mean, look at Spain. The average salary in Spain is like $22,000 a year, but cost of living is much, much lower. Food here is very cheap. Electricity here is obviously extremely cheap. So, as somebody who's been, I've been covering the issues in Russia for a long time, and now it's my third trip, I've sort of had most of the misconceptions flushed out of me.